Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about working as an assistant in midwifery or an AIM. So I know this may be a very specific video because I'm not sure how it works in the UK or in America or different countries or even in different states within Australia. But I'll be talking for New South Wales, which is where I live. I'll be telling you my experience about working as assistant midwife, the pay, that sort of thing. So if you're interested in all that, just keep watching. So to become an assistant midwife, you have to have completed 1 year of your undergraduate course. So after I had done this, I applied for a job at the hospital I trained at and was completely unprepared for the interview and completely bombed out and was just embarrassed myself. So there are failures, guys. But then I applied at a different hospital that was an hour away from me, but I was super determined to get the job and I got it there. So then I started working. So the typical pay for an assistant midwife is about $21 an hour. But honestly, you never get that much. It's always more. So for example, one of my favorite shifts to work is a Saturday night shift. So that's 10 hours and for that I get $400. So you get extra benefits like termination pay and like uniform pay and things. So it's never really that base rate of $21 an hour. You get extra money for afternoon shifts and working weekends. So how did I apply to get this job? So in New South Wales, we did have something called New South Wales e-recruit. So there are still some jobs being posted on there, but I have just seen now that it has been moved to I Work for New South Wales. So you can look for jobs. There's some current jobs up there now, especially for Sydney hospitals. So you can have a look. So what are the benefits of being an assistant midwife? Just one really. Experience. I have got an amazing experience and such amazing confidence in my practice working as an assistant midwife. Working as a colleague can be a lot different than working as a student, so I definitely found that I got a lot more respect from the midwives and I did get some independence as well. So what sort of jobs are you expected to do as a student midwife? Your main job that you expect to do is observations on both mothers and babies. So when I'm on shift, and at my hospital we have zones, so when I'm put in a zone I will do all the observations required for that zone. A massive part of my job as well is a breastfeeding support, which I absolutely love. Just the other night I had an incredible moment on night shift. But essentially I was with this woman and it was her first baby. She was so incredibly lovely. Unfortunately she had not been having a good experience, had been having a bit of a hard time, but I just sat with her and we talked it out. She was wanting to breastfeed, but her baby was a bit preemie, so it wasn't latching, but we were just persistent together and patient. We tried a lot of different things, we communicated together, and in the end the baby was on and we were both so happy and there was so much joy and there was just such like a powerful like womanly connection between us. She actually started crying, I got a bit teary too, and that's when I realized this is what my job is about. It is making a difference. See, I get teary now. It is making a difference in women's lives, and I truly felt that. So sometimes as an AIM it was very easy to feel like I was undervalued and not appreciated, but like I created my value and I was able to find incredible moments of worth. So other things that we do are doing baby baths. So at my hospital we had to do competencies for that, and I did a competency, and then I was able to give a bath demonstration to several people at a time. But the first hospital I initially worked at as an AIM, they didn't have a sort of demonstration facility, so I would go around individually giving baby baths, which I loved. I love giving baby baths. Another thing that we did was newborn screening test, so that's the blood spot test. Again, we had to get a competency for that, so I'm not sure how it's going to be at other people's hospitals. Some hospitals, assistant and midwives are not allowed to do that. It all differs, so if you do get a job, make sure you check with your midwifery unit manager about what your scope is. So I also did formula demonstrations for parents who needed to give their baby formula. Often I would express women or teach them how to express themselves, or teach the husbands how to express. So that could be if their baby was in NICU or baby wasn't latching on. So that's something I quite enjoy. I remember the first time I did it, I was absolutely like mortified and super awkward. But then I got more used to it, and I also realized the more comfortable and relaxed I am and the more I talk to the woman, the more milk you get, and the more comfortable and better experience it is for the woman. So we do a lot of paperwork. We write notes of things we've done, as well as just doing general admission and discharge paperwork within our scope. We take out cannulas and catheters. Again, it's different at each hospital, so between my 2 hospitals I was able to do different things at each hospital, so make sure you do check that. We made beds and did like that general nursing care of emptying linen skips and cleaning the pan room. Another thing as well is you contribute to identifying deteriorating women and babies. So I had a very empowering experience in which I was looking after women in the zone with midwives, and I'd noticed this baby's mouth kind of shaking and it looked jittery, and so through my training I've noted that that is an indication of a low blood sugar. So I was able to inform the midwife, and together we were able to take the baby to the nursery, get a proper blood sugar. It was indeed low. We were able to come up with a plan, but the midwife said to me, like, look at you, that's amazing, I would have never have got that, I'm run off my feet, because you're able to spend time with the women, you were able to identify that. And I thought that's super empowering. I know hospitals can often be very hierarchical, but that does not mean that if you're at the bottom of the pile that you offer nothing. I am of the biggest believer that everyone has something to offer. So that's all I have today about being an assistant in midwifery. If you have any questions, leave them below, and if you want to follow me on any of the social medias, that'll also be below. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.